the key with habits is they're unconscious. They are things happening below our conscious level, and they can be good things, but they can also be bad things. I mean, within the idea of how habits form, it's sort of helpful to look at the brain like a river. And so anytime I make a decision to do something like I sit up straight, like this is reminding myself about my posture. Well, I fired some circuit in my brain, like a line of nerves has fired, to simplify it. Now, every time I do that, like that's like water running over over the dirt. That's eroded some little groove. Well, every time that I do that, that water is deepening that groove. It is strengthening that pathway. This is what we're doing when we repeat behaviors and we do things with practice and dedication. We are making it easier for that particular pathway to fire again. And you can think about when you went to learn to ride a bike. If any of us can think back that far, but having a kid who I'm starting to do this with, at first there is so much conscious multitasking of like, okay, handlebars and balance and pedaling and steering, and think about all of that active behavior that you'd have to master at the same time as a little wobbly kid trying to figure this out. Well, that doesn't stop once you learn how to ride a bike. What has happened is all of those pathways of decision making and reaction and action have become so well grooved. The water has run so deeply that they fire unconsciously. And this is why so much of the power of sort of mastering habits, and especially changing habits, because who doesn't want to change some habit in their life, is about conscious practice and repetition, that you have to put it back into the active part of your brain and dedicate it and do that sort of conscious repetition in order to help maximize the chances that those synapses, that those nerve pathways are going to be a little more burned in. And this, a word like practice, like it just gets thrown around so much today, it just sort of like fades into the background. But remembering this is a very real brain activity. It's not just a philosophical thing. It's not just an attitude. Practice is repetition, and repetition is actually repeating, burning things into your brain and behavior, because your behavior is your brain to 100% degree.
Hope you enjoyed that. Click over here if you want to watch another clip from the podcast. If you haven't subscribed, click over here to subscribe and check out full episodes on any major podcasting platform, full video episodes on the Better Man Podcast YouTube channel.